Hey folks, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. It's just me this time round. The audio for this episode, episode 17, is also lost. So, yeah. Duh me. I'm a dummy. I don't know what happened to it. I could have swore it was there. But again, it must have been lost with the rest of them. So, this is just me this time round. My boys aren't here this time. They're out doing their own thing, staying busy. And I didn't feel like troubling them by bringing them back here to re-record audio when I thought we had everything ready now, but we don't. So, I said I would just do this one solo, and not to worry. The next episodes after this they're completely authentic. It's completely us. They're actually already done. I'm just waiting for this episode to get up so we can upload them. So you're just gonna have to bear with a solo commentator this time. Yeah, but all of it's my bad. All of it's my bad. I'm still working out the kinks on how to separate audio and video and put them in sync together. But either way, let's just get this playthrough going. It's pretty sad too because there's some pretty cool stuff that happens in this episode that I really was hoping to keep for us there. You got a piece of power. You can feel the energy flowing. So yeah, this is a particularly interesting episode, I believe, because we finished this dungeon finally. My God, the Eagle's Tower is definitely my most hated one. I hated the Eagle's Tower when I played this game. It was just rough. But yeah, this was particularly interesting because we finally get this guy right here. The guy who called all his friends creeps. And apparently they're fine with that, so... And then he gets a big old... Well, it looks like an eagle, but also a vulture, but apparently it's an evil eagle. Gross. Oh god. It's the spikes that he throws out are just the worst. Along with that gust of wind. Ugh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I remember us guys needing to use the bone arrow in this fight. Pretty bad when there's spikes below. And then he's shooting spikes. Kinda makes me wonder, is he shooting... I know there's spikes, but is this supposed to be like he's shooting, like, feathers at us or something? I don't know. Nah, they're just probably spikes. That he blows you with his wings down below to the spikes. Man, it really is a shame that I lost the audio to this one because it finally all led up to this one moment, which I was hoping we'd finish in the last episode before we quit. Because I kind of just wanted him to finish the dungeon. But we started running out of room on my laptop for recording more videos. I really like the way he uses his claws on his talons on his feet. It's just like slicing at you. It seems more vicious than just like coming at your beak first. Because he's just ramming you with his beak. He doesn't have a pointy beak. Not like an albatross or a pteranodon or whatever you call those things. Like a pointed out beak. He kind of just rams you with like the front of it. Yeah, that one's like more vicious where he's just clawing at your face. And just like that, I can't believe it's over. Like, we've had a lot more trouble with bosses other than this one. Same as me, you are in his dream. Yeah, at this point we figured out... Well, when I first played this, I figured out we were, you know, a part of it. Well, obviously part of a dream, but it was at that point, I think, that was wondering whose side were we on. Were we an actual bad guy? Or like, were we supposed to wake the windfish? It was at the face shrine, yeah, I believe it. We started realizing maybe we shouldn't be waking the windfish. Just maybe. But I don't know. Now, yeah, this is the piece I thought we were. This was like the final one. I thought this was the final instrument, and I was like, all right, now we can head to the windfish's egg. It's nice. Ocarina. Some people say ocarina, some people say ocarina. I say ocarina, but potato potato, you know. The music of the ocarina land. Leads. I can't even read. The music of the ocarina leads. Oh. Normally at this point, our Liam Neeson father Al would be coming out and telling us where to go next. Speak of the devil? Nope. Nope, not yet. Good job, Jimmy. Oh. I completely forgot. That was a secret heart piece or something like that, I remember. These likes always remind me of sponge cakes, pancakes or something. Bam! Bam! Oink. He's a strong boy, that Link. Time to play the ocarina. Get us back to where we need to go. At least this time we didn't lose where we're supposed to be going. As we, tend to do a lot. Especially me when I first played this, man. I was like, there's so many places to go. But where am I actually supposed to be going? Jimmy? Oh, okay. I was wondering how come he stopped. He's probably looking at his phone. Taking a puff from his vape or whatever. I don't know. I just have to imagine what he was doing while we were playing this. That sucks, man. I really hate that I lost the audio on this, because this is one of my... Like, I'm just glad I didn't lose any more audio after this. But man, this is one of the ones I didn't want to lose. It took me forever to figure out that's what I was supposed to do, believe it or not. And I did read through all of these. And then completely forgot all about them. But it took me a while to realize the library is where I was supposed to go after... Or at least keeping it in mind. See, this is the one where it tells you where you're supposed to go. Because at this point, I thought we were pretty much done. And we just needed to go to the windfish. Boy, was I wrong. But I think it was at that point I just took a picture of it. Either on the Switch or... through somebody's phone. Yeah, it must be on somebody's phone because... That's a pretty long pause. And then we just headed to the nearest little Sheikah area. Stupid me, thought we were done. I swear, man. James, you think you're stupid? At least you're not making the mistakes I'm making with like losing footage and audio. I mean, I'd rather lose audio than footage, but when the stuff starts glitching out, man, it really scares me. Because I'm like, oh man, that's hours of audio. That's how come I'm always constantly looking at the capture device and the capture screen and the game itself. Because I'd rather lose audio than video, but I'd rather lose none of it. But if I had to lose anything, I'd rather lose audio. Because hours of game footage gone, oh man, that is so irritating. Yeah, we were trying to play the instruments. And, oh, See, I thought we had it, and then realized right here that I'm an idiot. That I thought this was it. I was like, you know what? We're missing an instrument. But I couldn't put my finger on what exactly what it was or where it was. This really is a beautiful rendition of the Windfish and lullaby or whatever. The Ballad of the Windfish. That's what it's called. I'm sorry. I was missing one key thing, and we don't have it yet. I was like, hey, wait a minute. It looked awfully suspicious. And I realized, yep, we are missing an instrument. And we were so close. Yeah, I told him to go back to the captures. Like, good thing I captured this. Like, some of the stuff that I did with Link's Awakening. You see Splatoon, you can see Fire Emblem, Mario Maker, Mario World. And I was like, look, we're missing the drums. Or the drum, rather. And I was like, dang it, we're missing a freaking... we're missing a instrument. And I realized that means we also missed a dungeon. So, that being said, I was at this point, I was like, I think James was too. Jacob's just sitting there, you dumb bastards. God. I swear, sometimes I... And that's not even James's fault, that's mostly mine, because I had already played this before he did. Leading us in a bunch of circles. Excuse me, guys. Oh, I'm kind of tired. Forgive me. Long day today. A lot to do. Kind of a long week, actually. I say long week and it's only Monday. But that's just kind of what the week looks like in terms of being busy. I actually do have a lot of things I'm going to be doing this week. Well, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to make sure these buzzy beetles go where they belong. Man, seeing this playthrough not only one, it makes me play it again, maybe, but at this point, I'd already given the game to James, and I figured, I got other games to play that I haven't played and beaten, which also includes other Zelda games. So, and just this part right here in particular reminds me of, and I mentioned this in a previous playthrough, previous episode of this we did, pretty close to the beginning, I believe. Was that this part in particular, and the music reminds me of Cadence of Hyrule, which is a pretty fun rhythm game that me and James are going to play together at some point. But yeah, my point I was getting at was sorry, I wasn't lost in thought. I was trying not to yawn, but I'm boring myself, guys. I'm just boring. Myron. Poor gal. She's stuck. Samus. Every time I keep forgetting her name's Samus. Samus Grundis. That works. Yow! Say, Samus. I don't know how to say this, but don't you start saying it. Don't you start saying it. I'm gonna cry. And then your dad has to come and ruin the moment. Marin! Marin! Taran? Wait a minute. I keep forgetting. Is Marin? I mean, I imagine he is, just because of the name. But that's her dad, right? Marin and Taran, Marin, however you say their names. Either way, you ruined the moment. I thought we were gonna have a nice moment. And speaking of dads, James does a better Liam Neeson voice for this, so. Hoot. That girl singer song. I can't even sound like him. That girl singer song for the Witch Bitch. Her Ballad of the Windfish is a song of awakening. Did you actually? Oh, the next siren instrument is to the west. Play your abilities. Show your courage. The Windfish awaits for you. Hoot! God damn it! I wish James was here so we can do that together. So much fun. I don't know why we gave this owl Liam Neeson's voice in the first place, but I'm glad we did because it's funny. I'm not trying to destroy this island. I'm trying to save it. In which case, it's actually not true. In trying to save something, we end up... That's kind of spoilers, Willie. That is spoilers. We're not even there yet. Tall Mountain Range. Cheeseburger! And, rolling meatballs. This part's very, well, I mean, I imagine it's in a... Yeah, this part's in a lot of Zelda games. Where the, like, rocks and stuff are rolling downhill. What are you doing, James? But it reminds me a lot of, particular Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds. Fun fact, and I probably already mentioned this before, but Link Between Worlds is actually my favorite Zelda game so far. Yeah, I know it's essentially just a 3D remake of Link to the Past, but I don't know. I enjoy it a lot because it really adds a lot of different mechanics, and it's... I suppose I'm kind of biased because it's actually the first Zelda game I actually beat. All the way through. So, and I really, really freaking enjoyed it, so. What do you mean? Boy, that, reflective shield, or that mirror shield, whatever it is, really is a sight to behold, really is a thing. Hey, there's a Sheikah spot. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, bring head of the turtle's in your way. Put life into it and it will move. It's true. It's true. Yeah, that turtle right there, which I could swear is not a turtle at all. It looks like a lion, dragon, or whatever from here, but just because it looks like it's got a mane or a headdress or something, which is funny, but whatever. Ooh. Ew. Yeah. Bombs, I believe. I only got 6. And then he moves it away. Done wasted one, but whatever. Gotta anticipate the movements. I should do. Or not. Oh, we could do that too. Ooh, running out of bombs, man. But he's already got a crack in his face. His pretty little face. Oh. Nice. Oh. I do believe that hit registered. Right? I mean, I can only imagine. Very nice. And then the ugly bastard actually comes out of his rock shell. Oof. Looks a lot more like a snake or a dragon than he does a turtle. But hey, that's just my personal... That's just like my opinion, man. He looks like a green crocodile toy I used to have when I was a kid. Oh! Well, no more bombs, but I imagine at this point... Yeah, at this point, we just finish him off. Very! Just what we needed. Tidal Rock. Okay, no more bombs, no more fairy dust. Or magic dust, whatever. And we enter hell itself. That looked like a one of those demons from Doom. Which one? Take a pick. Some of them look the same. Speaking of, I need to get back into that series, Doom Eternal. I never did finish it. As anybody who is actually watching my channel and videos will probably know, there's like 3 series I have not even gone back to or finished. Which is Resident Evil. No, I finished Resident Evil. Doom Eternal, Star Wars, Bloodstained, and Last of Us. So, I will be returning to those as soon as possible, because I want to get them back going again, because I have a lot more games that I'm going to be playing through. So, yeah. I mean, I probably said this before, that I will be returning to those series, and then haven't yet. I've just been busy doing other things, and then this series actually took off, and I was like, well, may as well. So, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be putting off Scott Pilgrim with my boys. We're going to be doing that, definitely. So, look forward to that. It's just been so busy doing other things at home and taking care of business. I've actually been trying to find scholarships and stuff for classes for you know, whatever it is I decide to pursue. And right now it's still writing and music. I just haven't had the motivation to look for any of that, and also just the motivation to get it going and kind of like maybe do at-home studying on my own without actually being in college or whatever. Because let's be honest, man, college is pretty expensive, especially when somebody like me who has kind of been, well, out of a job since this whole, Backstreet Boys, aka COVID thing started. Good news is, I do believe I'll be going back to work here pretty soon. Maybe not for my old job, because we still haven't heard nothing back yet from that. But, gotta make money somehow, so hopefully if I am able to save up with that good stuff, then maybe I can get that off the ground, and keep myself busy in a good way. Other than just doing this all the time, because, well, somebody's got to pay the bills, and it's got to be me. Oh, play some. Excuse me, medicine ball with this ray here. This is some kind of land ray. Looks like a manta ray, but I don't know. It's really strange. Ow. Go hit it in the face, Jimmy. There you go. God, I remember the last time I had a medicine ball. They made us run with it, and then I puked and almost fainted. And that was after they fed us pizza. Yeah. Dead. That'll do. Give us a bottle. We'll take that for later. You know, we could probably use that right now. Hey, Jimbo, we could probably use that right now. Jimmy, you listening to me? Yeah! Fill all the holes with the rock that rolls. This is the key, blah, blah, blah. Poor little Goomba. Poor little Goomba. These guys are a strange bunch. They're like... It's like something I've seen before. I mean, obviously, but still. Can't... It's almost like they seem something like a Kirby enemy, almost. I think Jimmy lost his bearings here. We're just like all over the place. Hey, there's some magic right there we could use. Poor Jimmy. Sometimes he does get disoriented in what he's supposed to be doing. Don't feel bad, bro. I do the same, especially with dungeons like these, where it's like... It's hard to navigate. Oh boy. Going back to I almost said Link's Awakening. This is Link's Awakening. Going back to ooh boy, another one of these guys. Hey, are these guys called Hinox? Because anybody who's played Breath of the Wild, like the big ones with the one eye that like guard important things sometimes, and you shoot them in the eye, it's like their weak spot. Are these Hinox? Hinox, or however you say their name. Boy, that was easy compared to the first few times we fought the other ones. Yeah, no, I don't feel so much anxiety because we're 2 hits away from dying or something. These little Roombas. Oh, as I was saying, going back to A Link Between Worlds and Link to the Past, I guess. The lava dungeons in those ones, like this one, I really liked that one. Those ones. Boy, I wish I could get me a 3DS capture card so we can. Hey, look, another boss we've seen before. This slimy weirdo. This guy looks like a Yoshi boss or something, just the way he's designed. He looks like he fits more like into the Yoshi universe, like the Yoshi games. Like Yoshi's Story or Yoshi's Woolly World or something. Yeah, he looks more like something like that. Or even like Yoshi's Crafted World or Yoshi's Island. I don't know, it just looks like more of a Yoshi boss than anything. God, I keep getting distracted. What was I saying? Link Between Worlds, the lava dungeon. Yeah, I really like those ones. And I still have yet to come across the one in Link to the Past because, believe it or not, Link to the Past I haven't beaten yet. Because I was playing it on my Wii U, but now it's available on Switch. It has been for a while. But I start to think maybe I'll restart it and play it on Switch. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But going back to again, I keep going back to Link Between Worlds. Sorry, I just really love that one. But yeah, I wish I could find a 3DS capture card. Because those aren't cheap. These capture cards are not cheap. So I would be able to record footage for Link Between Worlds and my other 3DS games that I have that are only available on 3DS. Like, I only have Luigi's Mansion on 3DS, the 3DS remake of that one. I don't have it on GameCube. But I could get it, I suppose, if I really wanted to capture footage for it, which I suppose I do. But it all depends on which one I want to do it for. Because, boy, I'll tell you what, one thing, if they brought Link Between Worlds to Switch instead of leaving it on the 3DS, I would be really overjoyed because that's one of the few Zelda games I'm willing to replay. I know I'm saying that like I don't like the Zelda series. I like it. But it's just some of them I really don't feel like going back to after I've beaten them. Like Ocarina of Time is one of them. I don't mean to make this a point every time, but I am not the biggest fan of Ocarina of Time. For several reasons. One, I have no nostalgic ties to it because I actually only just started getting into the Legend of Zelda series a few years ago. But it's hooked me. The series as a whole has hooked me. It's just certain entries I'm not real big on. Some of them I just downright don't feel like going back to after I've beaten them. One I'm really having trouble getting through right now. And it's not because it's hard or anything. It's just because of the certain mechanics involved in like how you play the game, and that always has to do with like going back and forth between realms and time. I know that's kind of a hypocritical thing to say because both Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds do that, as well as the 3DS. I mean, the 3D Zelda games like Ocarina of Time and well, those three, I suppose. Like, Majora's Mask is the one I'm talking about that I'm having trouble with. Oh, jeez. I'm playing it on 3DS right now. Again, because I've never... The point being, on that end, just to make a different point, is that I didn't own the Zelda series growing up. I didn't play it. I didn't start playing it till I got older. And, those ones, just those ones, for that reason, for those reasons, I guess, the ones people really seem to love, you know, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I can't get into them. Like, I played and beat all the way through Ocarina of Time. On the 3DS, obviously. Yeah, it felt like a slog to get through, like, towards the end. I was enjoying it at first, but about the middle part, or whatever, when Link turns adult, and then you, like, have to learn these new mechanics, or learn these new weapons and stuff, and start backtracking to places you already went to go to areas you couldn't go to when you were littler, or whatever, when you were a young Link. To most people, that's really appealing, and be like, well, it's like new areas, a new adventure. It's like familiar places, but brand new at the same time. For some reason, for me, that's like, it's not that I hate backtracking in video games. It's I'm gonna get a lot of hate for voicing my opinions on like really well beloved Zelda games like those two in this episode. But I'm just being honest here. For those reasons, like the backtracking and the whole going back and forth between time that takes quite a while, as opposed to like say Link Between Worlds and Link to the Past, where it's just like sometimes it's just a push of a button, sometimes it's just going into a crevice and bam, you're like at the dark world, and you're not in like the present or the past. You're in like a different dimension or whatever. That's a whole different concept than being like going back in the past or between time and going back in time and fixing whatever. I don't know. That's just me. And also, I don't know, because I haven't played and beaten every single 3D Zelda game. I'll tell you the ones I have so far, and there's not many of them. There's actually only 2 so far that I've played and beaten, and that would be Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. For me, Breath of the Wild was a much more enjoyable experience. Despite its story being kind of weak and the plot revolving, flashbacks, I think that's one of the main things I'll have to give criticisms for Breath of the Wild on, is the fact that it told its story through flashbacks, and we didn't really get to see anything in real time as story-wise. Everything had to be told in flashbacks through memories and stuff. Wasn't the biggest fan of that. And I'll give it to Ocarina of Time for having, the better story. Um, and I get the story of so far of Majora's Mask. I do believe I'm almost done with that game. I'm on one of the final. I'm at the fourth giant, I believe, in the canyon area. I think that's the final giant before you go do stuff with Skull Kid and get the mask back from him or whatever. Uh, but with in particular with Majora's Mask, I'm sorry I keep going back and forth between points here. But with Majora's Mask, again, the reason why I'm having trouble with it is because, um, again, it has to do with the whole for Majora's Mask in particular, it's the whole resetting time thing. That if you run out of time doing things and you got to reset, you got to redo everything you just did in order to, well, I guess maybe not everything you just did, but it's the fact that you have to reset time, go get all this stuff again. You don't have to redo everything in the dungeons once you've done them, I believe. At least in the 3DS version, I didn't run into a problem. I never played the N64 version. We're actually coming up on the end of the episode here, so I'm going to wrap it up on my tangent, my rant about liking certain Zelda games. And maybe I'll continue this discussion when we play another Zelda game. But I guess that's it. I'll quit going off on this tangent and quit biding time because the episode's over. Gameplay's done. And this is the only episode of this entire playthrough where it's just me. Everything else is done. And yeah, the entire playthrough is pretty much done. I just got to upload every episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was just me. If not, go ahead and let me know because I actually didn't enjoy it as much because my boys weren't here. But again, like I said, thankfully, every episode from here on out to the finale, which is only a few episodes left, it's all three of us and much more interesting commentary and much more funny. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the series and look forward to our next playthrough of a different game. And we will return to the Zelda series at some point, but after this series, after Link's Awakening, I do believe a rest from the Zelda series is in order. So I hope you guys look forward to the next one, and we'll see you then. Till then, take care.